Cowl. This is my husband, Jared.
And this is my wife, Jenny.
This is Cherry Pie Cottage.
Episode 21.
We're legal.
Yep.
Woo! Like it matters. We don't drink anyways. Well, we drink coffee. You like our mugs? I like what the... A moose have my coffee.
This one says, "What's brewing?" I got these in Alaska when I was there I did 4 months in Alaska. Luckily, it was the summertime, so...
Mosquitoes.
Yes.
As big as your head.
Yes. They have mosquitoes the size of Pomeranians in Alaska. They say everything's bigger in Texas, not the mosquitoes.
Yeah. So, as he just said, we live in Lubbock, Texas.
Well, I didn't say that. But...
Yeah. Well, you said we live in Texas, but we live in Lubbock, Texas. So, the panhandle part, the part where it's like Oklahoma in the little strip, and then right below it, that part of
the part of Texas that sticks up.
Yeah. That's what we call the panhandle. But it's actually like right below that. So, we're considered West Texas, but we're not desert. We do have tumbleweeds and cactus, but...
Almost. You go about 5 minutes outside of town and it's desert.
No, you do not. No. We're on a plateau. I will say that much. So it's super flat here. Almost prairie. It's like prairie and desert are meeting.
You could watch your dog run away for 3 days. That's how flat it is here.
Before we go any further, let's finish the intro. Thank you to all new and returning viewers. The new ones, how you do, and hope you enjoy it. Give us a chance.
Hey, y'all.
We will talk about knitting eventually. Returning viewers, you already know all of it. So blah, 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 blah. Moving on.
You know how the cherry pie do.
Don't ever say that again. So what's been going on?
Not a lot, really.
LTC has started.
Working in LTC practice. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
I've been working, and you haven't really been doing LTC practice. You have to stay Sunday night after church. And you go up Sunday afternoons or whatever, but I'm the one going to scrapbook practices on Mondays. Not scrapbook practices, but actually making scrapbook. And I'm the one going early on Wednesdays, but that's because one of my really, really good friends is coaching puppets this year, and I said, well, if you need help, let me know.
So it's her own fault.
Yeah. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I do not mind helping. I do not want to be in charge. I really don't. So my dyeing schedule is going to be changed up a little bit. I won't be dyeing on Mondays. So should still be able to get the same amount out, if not more. I'm hoping to be able to do more. So I have plans in the works. What else has been going on?
Oh, nothing much, really. Typical boring lives.
Yeah.
So since she's casting on, I'll talk about the mitts cowl that's coming
I'm
out.
sorry. Hold on.
She insisted on casting this on during the podcast.
I'm sorry. They're for little man.
So starting February 1st, we are starting a mitts cowl.
Okay.
Any pattern you want.
I'm done.
Any pattern you want. You get extra credit if you use our yarn.
It needs to cover at least 60% of your hand.
Yes.
And it needs...
So measure
Yes.
surface area of your hand.
Yes. Not measure, but whatever.
It can be
Anyways.
fingerless mitts,
Yes.
basically. Just not... Like, it can't be all the way down. It can't only cover your palm. It needs to cover some of your fingers.
Or some of your wrists.
Yeah.
And you can knit, crochet, weave, whatever. If you even want to sew, it just needs to be, I think I said 90% yarn. So, if you know how to sew with yarn, great on ya. I wouldn't know how to do that. But it needs to be 90% yarn.
Yes.
And there is a thread up. There's a chatter thread to go and ask questions, show your yarn, all that other fun stuff. Then there's the faux thread, but you cannot post in it yet. I will not open that one until the 14th. The cowl starts on the 1st, which means everybody's casting on. You cannot cast on until the 1st. And then For 2 weeks, you're just gonna knit on it. And then when I close, I'm gonna leave the thread up for a week for you to post your pictures and all that. Post what you got done in 2 weeks. It's just a fun little cowl to see how far you can get, to see if you can actually get a pair or not. So I'm expecting cuffs from him and no more. But speaking of the cowl, do you have your yarn picked out to use?
I do.
Do you want to show your yarn? Because I have mine picked too.
I am. Sure.
And surprise, surprise, they're both cherry pie cottage yarn.
Yeah, I want the extra credit.
Like, we can win. We can't win.
So I will be using this one, which is called Poppies. That'll put them to sleep. And I know I did not say that right.
Yeah, it's part of the Wizard of Oz collection.
So this is what I'm going to be using. Should be interesting. It's a DK. It is 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 245 yards, 100 grams, and cherry pie cottage.
We have new tags now, by the way. I'll show those in shop news.
Is this not one of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't, once I made some of them still have the old tags for now. I also have new business cards. I've kind of changed up the logo a little bit. Not much. But, so there is only one of these left on DK, and I believe there's one left in fingering too. So, that is one of 4 Wizard of Oz colorways that are currently in the shop. There are 4 more to finish up the series. I don't know when it's going to get done. It'll probably get done within this year. But I'm trying to pace myself because I might go crazy.
You say within this year, like we're already halfway through 2019.
I know. I don't know when, basically.
It's not even February yet.
So they will all be out before 2020. I'll just say that much.
So for the cow, y'all go on and...
Not done. I didn't even show my yarn.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying. Go get your cherry pie cottage yarn.
Yeah. This sold out. I will be restocking it. But this, up here, not here. Y'all can't see that, can you? Up here. This is I Do Believe in Spooks. And it is based off of the scene where the lion, where they've gone to the haunted forest to capture the Wicked Witch to get her broomstick. So the Wizard of Oz will help them. But the lion is just standing there wringing his tail going, I do believe in spooks, I do believe in spooks, I do. And that's what this is based off of. So you have the brown for the trees, and then you have this dark raspberry purpley color for the sky. So this was the sample skein. This was the first one that I knit.
And there's little flecks of red in there, isn't there?
Yeah, for the red eyes.
For the vulture eyes.
See if I can find them. They may not be on this one. Might not show up as well. On the other ones that I put in the shop, it showed up.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing it on this one.
Oh, there they are. Just like barely. So they're
there, we promise.
like right there. Just barely. They blend in. But, so that's what I'm going to knit because it's our cowl and we want you to use our yarn. You don't have to. But all the rules and regulations are in the faux thread. So go check that out. And don't stress yourself out. We love y'all and we don't want you to stress yourselves out. So just knit as much as you can in the 2 weeks. Don't worry about getting a faux. Don't even worry about getting a hoe, a half object. I'm not sure how I feel about that phrase, but...
What, get a hoe?
Yeah. I'm not really fond of that word. But... Anyways, moving on. So, if you use our yarn, you get to enter the same item twice into the thread. Because you used our yarn, so you get 2 entries.
And we'll know if it's our yarn or not.
We don't have many colorways out because we haven't been dyeing very long. But that is it. Do you have any faux?
Again, she asks this every 2 weeks. Y'all know by now.
I have one.
If I have a foe, I'm gonna just sit here
and vibrate.
Oh, I have to show it. Which probably next time we record.
Mm-hmm. So I have one. I mean, I'm counting it as one because I cast it on and I casted it off. So now it's time for faux party.
Wait, let's do that again because I didn't.
I know.
All right.
Now it's time for faux party. Now y'all can't laugh, okay? Well, you can because I kind of think it's funny.
I'll laugh.
My foe is this square right here. The Cozy Up girls are doing a...
MCal.
No, it's not an MCal. They are doing the MCal, but that's not what I'm talking about. They're doing like a winter whips, get your winter whips done. Well, this I have been working on since we started knitting. And Katie, I don't knit mine in as I go. Sorry. So this has been about 3 years in the making, and I have decided I've got one more square on this side, and then I have 5 more here that I'm gonna do. I already have all my yarn and everything picked out. I'm going to finish that up. Then I am going to wash it. I'm going to lay it out to dry and kind of block it out because my gauge is ridiculous. See, this one, this was the very first one I ever did. So you can kind of, you know. And then this one that I knit today. You can see how loose my gauge has gotten. So I'm going to try and make it a little bit more even. You especially see it between this square and this square. There's 2 rows of just No Makers minis, or No Maker yarn. And then the other 2 are just leftovers. Like this one. This one is Desert Vista Dye Works. Zombody's not in Kansas anymore. And this one, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But this is going to be my winter whip. Because I want to get this done and off the needles and move on. Because, for one, I hate these needles so much. They're straight needles. And the wrong direction, that direction. The tip is ridiculous. It is so blunt. And they're too long. Because I usually knit on needles that are about that big. And yeah. These are Zings. So if you're out there and you want a pair of Zings, let me know. When I get this done, I will send it off to somebody. Otherwise, they're going in the trash.
Do people really still use straight needles?
Yes.
I mean...
Yes. I got these because at the time people were raving about them. And they were cheaper than Signatures, but they are not as pointy. I use Hiya Sharps. So I like super pointy. And I was not about to buy a pair of Signature needles for a blanket because I wasn't even 100% sure I was going to finish the whole blanket. And obviously I didn't because that's what this started out to be.
See, this is 2.25 mils.
So 1.
Mine is 4.5 mils. And they're about as sharp as each other.
Put it up closer to the...
Yeah, they're about as sharp as each other, but mine is so much bigger.
Actually, and yours is sharper.
I use the Chagu. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. If mine was tapered the same as that one, the end would be enormous.
Yeah, but it's like...
It'd be like knitting with a ballpoint pen.
It's like a flat, almost, on the top. I hate these needles.
Some people may like them.
Yeah, apparently, because I bought these when they first came out. When they were first coming over to the States. But apparently they've gotten better and they're not as dull. But I don't like them. And I have some more that are bigger that are on another blanket. I don't know why I started blankets, but I did. Where is it? This is this is a 10 stitch blanket. So you only ever have 10 stitches on the needle. But this might end up being more of a placemat.
Could just make it a coaster.
That's huge for a coaster.
Well, I'm saying just finish off that side and then be done.
Yeah. But I still have all of this. This is like worsted and worsted leftovers. But I have this one and where's the other one? This one. That are both worsted. What I should do is just start a scarf. Like in the round scarf. And just knit it.
Just make a tube.
Yeah. And then graft the ends together.
Mm-hmm.
But that is my faux. And a whip. I kind of jumped the gun. So, but there's my faux. My green square. Which was a Blanky Duggar from No Makers. And as you all know, sadly, she does not die anymore. So all of my No Makers yarn, I won't even share with my children anymore. Or him.
We are not worthy.
I did. Your Christmas hat was knit with a No Maker skein.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyways. But now you need to put that down.
Yes.
We have a new section that won't show up very often because we don't get a lot of them.
No.
But
And we have been itching
we've had this
for
since this came like the day after we posted the last podcast.
Yeah.
So it's been sitting on the table taunting us. But I promised that we wouldn't open it until we were recording. And we almost recorded just us opening this, and then we're going to put it in, but we decided to wait. This is from the Cozy Up Girls. Yay! So, here we go. Don't want to see their address. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's paper!
It's in a shoes.
What? It's in a shoebox, which is hilarious. Oh, we can't show those.
Oh, no, definitely.
No, can't show those.
No.
Thank you, Jamie. You know what they are. Okay. It says, Merry Christmas. Way late. It's okay. Go ahead. Aw, that's going on the fridge with the magnets. That's cute. Thank you. Go ahead, show them.
So these are Smarties, Petit Oos, little eggs.
Open them and try them. You know you want to.
I wonder if they look like robin's eggs.
Maybe.
Ooh, I love robin. Do y'all get robin's eggs in Canada?
They're like malted in the
Yeah,
milk.
they're like Whoppers.
Can I have one? I'll wait for you.
Thank you. Alright. So.
1, 2.
Nope, just chocolate.
Those taste like M&M's, but
They're like,
better.
They're like giant sixlets.
Those are good. Those are really good. I'm just gonna take this out and set this over here. Mistletoe. Candy coated yarn. It's the marshmallow base. Yay! I can add it to my Christmas
Oh, I know what
sock
this
yarn
is.
collection. You do?
I do.
Well, can we wait a sec? Because we might fight over that.
Probably not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry for all the crinkling.
Yeah, sorry. Candy coated yarn. Well, let's see if I can get it right. I'm out of practice. Ooh, that is soft.
Ooh.
I think it's a self-striping too.
Probably.
Ooh, it's cashmere. It's 80-10-10.
All right, so what else?
No. It's fingering weight. You don't do fingering weight.
I know.
I do. Thank you. More Smarties.
More of the Smarties. I love
The
these
kids,
things.
yeah, the kids love them. You keep the big bag. Let them have the little box.
That's fine.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Go pom-pom.
Okay. We got to do the tutorial because
Okay.
Jamie asked for it. Okay. In order to get your pom-poms fuzzy, you got to get your mouth set just right, and you just. I don't know why I make that face every time, but I do. Okay, you take it and you just.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you have one? Ooh, you do it too. You gotta make the face. That's.
Got pom-pom too.
I know, those are gorgeous. That's pretty. Okay, this is what I'm excited about. Fondle my knits.
I got sidebar.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
I have been telling him we have to go to Canada so we could see y'all and get one of these. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yay. Which, by the way, I may or may not have, let me see yours real quick, have some yarns coming out that are called Sidebar and Fondle My Knits. Just letting you know.
That's gonna be yours.
That is super cute.
Who's that by?
Poppy Cod.
Poppy Cod.
Poppy Cod. It's got a little shapey. Look. A little notepad with a llama. What are those?
These are maple taffy candy
Ooh.
bonbon.
Yum.
Yum.
Ooh.
What's this?
Stitch marker.
Oh. Little ball of yarn with some needles.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait your turn.
Look at that. That is cute. Thank you.
Oh.
That one, oh, this one's from Magnolia and Vine. They're talking about her a lot. That's cool. Thank you. What's that?
Little stitch journal.
Cool. Can we try the taffy?
Sure.
You don't want this one?
No.
Okay.
I don't design. So
You have ideas for designing.
I have ideas, but I'm a very procrastinating person,
I'm so excited about
which
this.
I'm going to work on later. But
He's been saying that for years.
oh,
Did you drop one?
there's a hole in the bag. I was like, how did one come out?
I'm so excited about this.
Ooh,
Oh,
these are
thank you,
hard.
thank you.
Are they supposed to be hard? I don't want to sit here and just chew on something for the next half hour.
Well, if they're hard, we'll cut the camera and come back to you.
Yeah.
Well, it is made from maple.
Oh, no, it chews up.
Okay. Ooh. That's really good. Sorry for the crinkling.
Actually throw them all over the floor.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what I didn't even notice?
Oh, that's from Mr. Snap That.
Sidebar.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
I love our Canada friends.
I love our Canada friends too. Not just because they send us stuff. I just
no.
like you.
No.
We like you a lot. We like all of our friends. Okay, one more. Okay, ready? One more time. This is how you fluff your palm, and you have to make the face. You ready? It's so fluffy.
I don't know.
I need to cast on a hat now.
Here.
You're not gonna use it?
I'm not going to use a pom-pom. What am I going to put a pom-pom on?
Hat.
Not that kind of pom-pom.
Yay. I had one that was kind of this color that I put on Haley's hat, her Starburst hat. I was kind of sad that she took it. Now I have one. Yay! Okay, I'm done being silly now.
Doubt it.
Oh, so excited about this.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Do you want the sidebar one, or are you happy with that one?
You want the fun on
I'm
my
asking.
knits. I am happy with this
Okay,
one.
then I'm happy with this one.
You like that fun on my knits thought better.
No, I'm good with it.
Speaking of our Canada friends. Spoiler, spoiler,
Yes.
spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
And again, I will put a timestamp right down here somewhere. You know what? Right here. Timestamp.
Okay.
Go to this time if you do not want to see the spoiler. So, spoiler in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So I have not quite finished Clue 4, but it's not going to take me long to finish. I needed to work on something else because I am not a monogamous knitter, and this is pretty much all I've worked on in the month of January. So I just needed to work on something else, but I'm almost done. I just have the last little short row section of Clue 4. So here we go. Here was Clue 3. From here all the way over here, and then Clue 4 you came back over and you picked up stitches, and I just have the other short row to do on this side. But I love it, and this thing is huge, and I'm with Jamie. Mine is going to be huge because I am a super loose knitter, and mine is going to block out huge. Like, I'm not even gonna have to pin it or anything. I'll just be able to lay it flat, which is awesome. So, love it. Can't wait to be able to wear it. Just got Clue 5. And for those of you that, I have contributed a prize. Of course, you probably already know because if you're doing the Cowl, then you watch Cozy Up too. Matter of fact, I think the majority of our viewers watch Cozy Up too because they found us through Cozy Up.
Most of them seem to.
Yeah. Which is fine. That's great. Like we've said, we like our Canada friends. But I am donating 2 skeins of yarn as a prize. You tell me which ones you want, and if they're not in a shop, if they're not in the shop and they're a colorway that you want, I will dye them up for you, and then I will mail it directly to you. So, yay! And by the end, I should have a couple of more, because we have a new base too. But we'll talk about that in shop news. But that's all for the spoiler. So, moving on. Now it's time for Whip It. Whip It Good. So, you want to go first?
I want to go first.
Okay, good.
I am so close I can taste it. I can taste it, how close I am. And I'm in the middle of a row here, so... Oh, it's almost there. It's almost there. I'm working on the shawl collar right now. I've done all of the short row shaping in the back, And now I'm just going back and forth with the ribbing to finish that off. And then it's just finishing. And I've got giant holes in the armpits that have to be sewn up. And then I got to put on some toggles or some buttons, one or the other.
Go get some toggles.
I kind of want to see about getting some like deer antler buttons. That'd be kind of cool. Or toggles.
Toggles we can get immediately. The deer antler buttons we'll have to order. And they'll be more expensive.
Not if I make them.
How are you going to make them?
I have that skull out in the garage. Anyway. On one of my hunting trips that I, of course, didn't get anything on, I found a deer skull just laying in the woods. So I have that. But it is so close, I can flip and taste it. I want it to be done.
You can flip and taste
I can flip and taste it, how close I am. And I think I'm going to have like a whole skein left over.
What?
A whole ball of yarn. Which, by the way, I haven't said in a while.
No, yeah.
I am using the Knit Pick Swish Worsted in the Marine Heather colorway. It is worsted weight, 100% superwash merino. I think we ordered about 62 of these little balls.
We did not. We ordered
I think this is like the last full one. So 61 of these little guys to make this.
Stop lying.
Oh, it was like what, 17 or something like that?
Was it 17?
I think so.
Might have been.
I think it was like 17 because they
Maybe
are
16. I don't know.
they're 110 yards and you need like 1,700 yards.
Did you keep all of your tags?
Why would I keep all of them?
So you know how many you used? So we could tell our viewers?
No.
Or you could know.
Couldn't
Put it
we,
on your Ravelry page?
Couldn't we go on and look at how many we ordered?
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, made in Peru. So, oh, and it is the. I actually have my pattern here with me.
What?
It is the Brownstone pattern by Jared Flood. And that one was knit all in one color, but of course I've got some little accents of orange, and the orange is Barocco alpaca. I don't remember the colorway name for it.
Well, I don't either.
I wasn't asking.
That was like.
This was one of the very first yarns I ever bought, like fancy yarns that I ever bought.
It was the first yarn you ever bought from a yarn shop.
Yeah, and I tried using it at the beginning and couldn't because I kept breaking the yarn because of how tight I would knit. But now I found a perfect use for it. So it is my merino and alpaca thneed. And I did already try it on once before I started working the collar. And I love the length of the sleeves. I don't want them to get much longer, maybe a little bit.
It'll probably get a little bit looser.
Maybe like an extra ½ inch. Any more than that would probably be too long in sleeves.
Well, I'm not going to block it at all. I'm going to wash it and then I'm going to lay it out flat to dry.
Yeah. So, hopefully, I'm definitely going to have it done before the 1st. I have to. So
he can work on his mitts.
So I can make my mitts, my knit mitts.
I am really super excited about the mitts because I get to see what the Poppy's colorway is going to knit up like.
Yes.
So, super excited
So
about
that is what I'm whipping up. What are you whipping?
Currently, I am whipping up a pair of JoJo's slipper socks for Michael. So that way I'd have something else to talk about besides the MCal. Let me at least get through this one. I am doing them 2 at a time because I am not a single sock knitter. Because otherwise it will take me forever to finish them. I am using Cascade 220 Superwash, the worsted weight. And Knit Picks. Was the same one I did my, it's Swish worsted.
Dusk.
Yes. Swish worsted dusk.
I knew that.
I don't have quite enough red to do a full pair in, so I'm gonna do the toe in red on one and the toe on the other one in blue, and then the body of the sock will be blue. Anyways, they're not gonna be perfectly matching, but they'll be fraternal. So this is what I have done.
That's some amazing progress you got there, babe.
Isn't it though? I've knit a lot of pairs of socks for Haley. And she is easier on her socks than he is. And he's not allowed to wear his knitted socks in shoes or anywhere outside of the house. So they're more to keep his feet warm. And I knit him a pair of JoJo's slipper socks for Christmas, and he requested more. He said, I want more of those. Those are awesome. So that is what I am doing. And then I have one more whip, which is my socks, which are it's just a vanilla sock with the seam-free rounded toe, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. What else? Oh, Desert Vista Dye Works is the yarn I'm using in the Zombody It's Cold Outside colorway. And I'm about an inch away from putting in the heel. Now I will show you. So, and then my contrast color is a Knit Pick Stroll. What'd you do?
I gave myself a yarn over somehow.
It's Knit Pick Stroll fingering in the ash colorway. Because we all know how I love gray.
Can I just let go of that yarn over?
Yeah. You can. Just keep knitting. You knit so tight it's not going to show up anyways. But, so the repeat is the blue and the gray stripe and then the two Zombody colors. I love these socks, and I'm surprisingly knitting these fairly fast, which I usually don't. But when we're watching a movie or whatever, I just sit there and knit. And these will go with me to LTC practices if I can't take my sweater. So like puppet practice, these will go with me because I have to actually be able to set it down, whereas the sweater is just too big to take and work on. And I am keeping that in my You Sew and Sew bag. It's a sushi bag. I got it years ago, so I don't think she still has this fabric. And I'm not even 100% sure that she still has a shop. But I love this bag. And my Rumpelstiltskin button. Do we have a deal? From Once Upon a Time, which is no longer on the air either. But that's all I have for whips. So neither one of us bought anything. Well, I bought something yesterday. It'll be in for next time. But we still have a
My precious. What do we do? Oh, duh.
Do you want to talk about yours first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so mine are just kind of fun stuffs. They are a couple of Lego Microfighter sets. This one is Wookiee. I think it is actually Chewbacca flying this little ship kind of thing. So, I love these little sets. They're fun. And I also have this one. And these are both from Last Jedi or Rogue One.
I don't know. I've watched the movies, but I don't pay attention.
I don't really remember.
Probably ask Michael. He could probably tell you.
Yeah, it's from one of the two. Either Last Jedi or Rogue One. Not 100%. But, like I said, just kind of fun. I like putting these little sets together. So, that is my precious. I got a whole bunch of these. So.
Yeah. Mine comes from Okinawa. And I kind of forgot we had it. Because it sits on the bookshelf. And the other day I was just I was walking through the room and I noticed it and I was like, huh, maybe we should talk about that because I don't think we've talked about it. So in Okinawa, they have a giant aquarium.
Oh, it's an awesome aquarium.
It's huge.
Go ahead.
It's the Okinawa Churami Aquarium. It starts like at the very top, like at the beach, and the stuff that you can find there, and then it moves down into the water until you get to the deep sea water. The Kuroshio Ocean.
Sure.
Yeah. That word. Right there. Maybe. That word. I don't
Somewhere.
know.
Let me see. Okay.
Kuroshio Sea. Anyways, they have whale sharks there. The whale sharks in the Atlanta, Georgia aquarium came from the Okinawa aquarium. They research them and they do all sorts of things.
And it's one of only the Atlanta and Okinawa aquariums are the only two aquariums in the world with whale sharks. Mm-hmm. Despite what Dory would have you believe.
Yeah. Well, as far as we know, we've never been to the San Diego one.
I'm pretty sure. Because that's what they were saying at the aquarium, is that they were one of two that had whale sharks.
There's not a lot of English at the aquarium. You have to get like special headphones. Because they have this whole show where they talk about all the whale sharks and all the research and stuff that they've done and the studying. But you have to get headphones for the English part. But anyways, so you walk into the aquarium and they have these cards at each of the different stations of the ocean. And you can pick them up. They're free, but then when you get to the gift shop, you can buy this thing to put them all in and
keep as a souvenir. Yeah,
keep as a souvenir. So that's what we did because we had an annual membership with them. But you open it up, and here is your sheet. It comes with this sheet, and it shows you all the different things. But you start when you walk into the aquarium. There's a touch pool. So. Which was Michael's favorite. Because when we moved to Okinawa, he was almost 3. And he was obsessed with animals of any kind. Sea creatures, animals, all of that. But they had his favorite, but he wouldn't touch anything in the pool. Unless he might touch a starfish if we pulled it up a little bit for him to reach. He hated the sea cucumbers. And those were the things we always tried to get him to touch. And then it gives you information. We can't read any of it, so it was just a souvenir. But it gives you all the information and stuff. It tells you what.
Let's get something in here.
Yeah. Oh, that was a sea urchin. Never mind. I already knew that. So there was several different starfishes, like this blue one. It was really cool. But you could pick up and touch all those other things. The next thing, there's this big tank, and it's the Coral Sea. And there was always these fish that looked like they were just painted because they would just sit there in a group. Wouldn't move or anything, just sit there. And every time we came, they were in a different space. So we knew they were real. But they would just sit there. And it was weird. It was these fish. Right there. Just in a group. Just would be hovering. And then the next one was the big, huge thing. The next one was a big tank that was had 3 different viewing parts of it. And it was the tropical fish. And there was always this one puffer fish that was just right there every time waiting for like a picture. And Michael, every time we would go, would try to get it to puff up. So he'd sit there and kind of tap on it, but his little hand didn't do anything. The fish would just stare at him. And then they had these other ones that had like a long pointed thing off the top. It's not in this. It's not picture. It's not in here. But we called it the dork fish. And they had parrotfish and all the different tropical fish. It was really cool. But as you're walking, it's like you're walking more into the ocean. And then the next part was the coral reef world. More of it, but it's all the poisonous ones. So it's your lionfish and your stonefish and all of that. And they also showed you freshwater. I forgot that was in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's some freshwater. There's some rivers and stuff around. And then there was this tank that was just full of spiny lobsters. I mean, they were huge. Michael would not sit in front of it for a picture at all. He was scared to death of the spiny of the spiny lobsters.
They were enormous.
But the shark tank, he'd get right up on it and sit there and stare at it the whole time. Was fine. But the spiny lobster, forget it. That's scary. And they had these huge clams too that were multicolored. It was cool. And then as you're coming around, you're seeing and then they have smaller little tanks with all these other smaller things. Then they have their shark research lab, which is really cool. They have a big, what would you call it? We have a picture of it. Maybe we can get it and put it in.
What?
Of us standing in
a megalodon?
Megalodon. Yeah, they have a recreation of a megalodon jawbone.
I don't know if it was a recreation. It might have been a real one.
I think it was a recreation because they were letting people stand in it.
Well.
But anyways, we got a picture of it of us, all four of us standing in it, and there's still room around us. But they have the shark lab where they research sharks and all sorts of different things. And then you have the big, huge tank that's got the whale shark in it. And the humongous stingrays. That's what Michael called them. It was quite funny.
Talking about manta rays.
Yeah, manta rays.
But he called them humongous stingrays.
Yeah, these things. He called humongous stingrays. He was, the first time we went, he called my mom, his Nana. He said, Nana, they had humongous stingrays. It was so cool. And then you just keep going deeper and deeper into the ocean. You get to the part where there's no light. And they have some of their bioluminescent fish and algae and all sorts of things. And they have a giant, what's it called? Giant squid, but it's the body of it because they can't keep those in captivity. They always die. But
same thing with great white sharks. Mm-hmm. They can't keep great white sharks in captivity, otherwise they just die, and they don't know why.
So they have a Japanese saw shark. And then at the very end, there's a thing where they're growing coral, and they show you how to do it, and they do a don't throw, preservation of the ocean and everything. You can also take an elevator to go to the top of where the whale shark tank is and see into it. They have like a plexiglass thing over it, parts of it. But you can go up there and watch them feed the whale sharks. The biggest fish in the ocean, and they eat krill. Mm-hmm. Whale sharks are not harmful to humans, believe it or not.
Nope.
They're the mild-mannered shark, and they're the biggest.
Well, I think it's interesting that not only the biggest fish in the world, but also the largest mammal in the world eat, krill and plankton.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. That's the way that the biggest things in the world survive.
I should not start knitting on this yet. But that's what we have for My Precious, because we're trying to be really good about not buying things.
Yeah.
Because we're saving up. For one, on Easter weekend, we'll be in Dallas, and we're going to go to West 7th Wool, and Buc-ee's, and the Daiso.
Yep.
So, we're saving up for
that. And if
that.
you don't know, a Daiso is like a Japanese dollar store.
Yeah, but it's not $1 in America. But the Japanese dollar store, so much better than Dollar Tree. The quality is amazing.
Yeah.
So we have to go and get all of our Japanese things that we can't get anywhere else. But that's all we have for My Precious. But we do have a new segment. We started last week. We are no longer going to be doing What's on the Mantle because we've run out of stuff to put on the mantle.
Yeah.
So we might occasionally do it, but as of right now, we won't be. So now it's time for the new section titled Texas Storytime.
Storytime.
So what letter should we do today? We did A last time.
Well, why not just do B?
Because I don't want to. I mean, we can if you want to. We can if you want to. We can. It's fine. We can. We can. I want to talk about that one.
Okay.
No, I don't. You pick 2 or 1. Oh, there's a lot of bees. This is the one you should talk about.
Yep, that's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
So you go ahead and do one, and then I'll do that one.
Let's talk about assorted birds of Texas. Bet y'all didn't know we had that many birds, huh? So, we have the wood duck, the painted bunting, the purple gallinule, Montezuma quail, red-headed woodpecker, green jay, black-crested titmouse, rosette spoonbill, and a hooded merganser double-crested cormorant. But yeah, that is the one that I kind of hesitated on because I wasn't expecting that word to pop up.
Titmouse?
Titmouse, yeah. So we actually have a lot of birds, and they're really pretty. We also have mockingbirds, which...
Everybody has mockingbirds.
Yes, but mockingbirds are our state bird. Should I do one more?
Sure.
Okay. Well, since you're doing the other thing, I'm going to talk about this. So we have something called breakfast tacos here. I don't know if y'all have them other places. I'm pretty sure you do. But they're like a big thing here in Texas. But it's more... We do more breakfast burritos here, wouldn't you say? In this part?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which breakfast tacos are about the same thing as breakfast burritos. It's just in the way you fold the tortilla. But the most critical taco of the day is what's for breakfast in Austin. So, Austin, breakfast tacos.
They got one thing right.
Yeah. As you can tell, we're not real big Austin fans. But that's the way it is. You either really like Austin and don't like the rest of Texas, or you really like Texas and don't really care for Austin.
Yeah.
It's not just us Texans. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
He's going to talk about something that's very near and dear to his heart.
Let me set my stitch marker real quick here.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to talk about the most important meal of the day. Okay.
Which is every one of them.
And is I think it's an actual food group.
Yeah.
Not just...
I love how they say this, like, none of us do it too.
Barbecue.
It's not just a Central Texas thing.
Barbecue is life, basically. And
it's an extra food group.
And barbecue is not hamburgers. It is not hot dogs. It is not chicken wings. Well, I guess you could barbecue chicken wings.
Yeah.
But anyway.
They're not going to be the juicy kind,
though. There are 3 acceptable barbecues.
In our opinion.
In
our opinion.
In our opinion, yes. Okay. You have Texas barbecue, obviously. Memphis barbecue.
It's really good.
And St. Louis barbecue.
Tennessee barbecue in general.
Or sorry, not St. Louis. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City barbecue.
I would say Tennessee in general. They're pretty close.
Tennessee in general. Eastern North Carolina.
Sorry for all of you Eastern North Carolina people.
If any of you out there watching are from Eastern North Carolina,
this is our opinion.
We love you all. We love you all, but bless your hearts. Okay. And if you don't know, Eastern North Carolina uses a lot, so much vinegar in their barbecue. And it's just not us. That's not what we like. And I say Eastern North Carolina because once you start going west more towards Tennessee, you start seeing more of the Tennessee style barbecue. The more tomato-based sauces and beef. But Eastern North Carolina is vinegar-based and pig. So,
we do beef mostly here.
Yeah, ours is mostly beef.
It's pork and sausage.
There's all different types of wood that you can use. Another one of those polarizing things is mesquite wood. Okay, I love using mesquite, but I know a lot of people, even people from Texas, that hate mesquite because they just get burnt out on it. Because that is the majority of the wood that gets used is mesquite because it's freaking everywhere.
It's very readily available.
Yeah. And we call it a mesquite tree, but it's actually a bush, but it grows to be the size of a tree. Mm-hmm. So it's readily available. It's everywhere. And so some people really love it. Some people are just burnt out on it.
We should put a picture of a mesquite bush.
I'll put a picture of a mesquite bush here. But I like to mix my mesquite with apple, peach, cherry, oak, pecan, all different woods to kind of play with the flavor. So this says sausage, beef ribs, turkey, and pork may all be on the menu, but the real test of the Texas pitmaster is how he or she cooks the beef brisket.
Oh, brisket!
And the brisket, got a little diagram here. The brisket is right there.
Tough part of the cow.
It's on the cow, the area between the front legs is the brisket. And if you try just throwing it over a fire and cooking it, it's going to be like chewing on boot leather.
Super tough.
You have to cook it slow. You have to cook it at a lower temperature. And this says low and slow. In Central Texas, brisket is seasoned with a simple rub of salt and pepper and cooked slowly, typically overnight outdoors over indirect heat from a low fire fueled with wood, usually post oak, mesquite, or hickory. And those three woods, post oak, mesquite, and hickory, are the three most common woods here in Texas.
Barbecuing is smoking, basically. Smoking your meat. Yeah,
You're not grilling. That's why I say barbecue is not hamburgers or hot dogs. Because hamburgers and hot dogs, you cook directly over a high heat fire. And
it's
you
not
cook
even
them
steaks.
Fast. Yeah, even steaks you don't.
That's grilling.
Steaks is not barbecue either.
It's grilling.
And that said salt and pepper, which is fine.
Which we've done, and it's still good.
Yeah, salt and pepper is good, but I like to make my own rub. I like to
buy Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
You like Buc-ee's?
Well, rub? Even Buc-ee's, I doctor up some.
Mm. But you still like to use it.
Yeah.
Paprika is really good too.
Yeah. Paprika gives it a nice smoky flavor as well, aside from the smoke that gets into it. Fixins. Barbecue is served with white onions, pickles, and white bread. No sauce. And traditionalists eat it down and dirty with their hands, which is very true. Rudy's.
You do sauce if you're doing a sandwich. That's the only time you do sauce on brisket.
Much like a steak. If you have to put sauce on it, you did it wrong. Okay. No, don't get me wrong. I love barbecue sauce on, like she said, like on a sandwich. Or, you can have it without sauce, but maybe you just want sauce. I don't know. So
live frogging. I need to not try and do this while I'm listening to him because totally started on the wrong route. And I don't want to take back because I had that much done. Sorry, go ahead.
So that's barbecue.
Talk about the fixins?
And yeah, I've talked about the fixins. He was carrying the ball through the living room like a baby.
So her nails don't tap and y'all hear it.
Anyway.
She still distracted us.
Yeah. I lost where I was at.
Something about fixins.
I don't know.
I do want to check something in the C's real quick.
But we love our barbecue.
Yes, we do. Okay, they don't have it in here, so we can talk about it.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Rudy's barbecue, we love Rudy's. It's not the best.
No. It's good.
It is good. It's very good, but it is not the best barbecue. It is the most consistent barbecue. Okay? No matter when you go, no matter what day, what time of year, the barbecue is going to taste exactly the same as it tasted the last time you were there. And that makes it one of the better ones, I think. And like I said, it is not the best barbecue ever.
It's still really, really, really good.
It is still really good, but...
And inexpensive for barbecue.
Comparatively speaking, yes. Yeah. If you compare it to other barbecue joints, yes, it is less expensive, but it is good. Mm-hmm. Now, what do they not have in the C's?
Chili.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh. Okay, I want to. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. Okay. I was done.
So, everybody thinks that Texas chili is just bleh because we don't put beans in it. But if you've noticed that at every single chili off, you are not allowed to put beans in your chili. So maybe we're right and you're wrong.
A wise man once told me, a wise man once imparted to me that if you know beans about chili, you know there ain't no beans in chili.
Yep. So the whole thing about chili is, though recipes vary, the hallmark of the official state dish of Texas is that it has no beans. So.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves with
Yes.
getting into the C's.
Yes. But I just wanted to mention that because chili is also one of those sides that kind of sometimes comes with barbecue. Yeah. That's why I wanted to mention it. But you can even do chili. You can even smoke chili.
Yep. One other thing, not barbecue related, but the picture that I always have up at the very end of our episodes and the music's playing is of some Texas bluebonnets.
Which are our state flower.
Right there. Right there.
Yeah, y'all know what they look like. Yeah. They're at the end.
We love bluebonnets.
Yes, we do.
And a lot of people mess them up wanting to take pictures because they go just like traipsing through the bluebonnets and squish down a whole bunch so they can sit down. Mm-hmm. Which you should not do. No. Don't do that.
We do eventually want to get family pictures done in the bluebonnet fields.
Yes. But that involves us being east of here in the springtime, and the only time we're doing that is at LTC.
So why not do them then?
Yeah.
Whew. Sorry about that. But it's quite funny when the bluebonnets are in bloom because they're all over the place, even on the sides of the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll see people park on the shoulder of like the feeder roads. I don't even call them feeders. I call them something else, but I've been married to him for so long. I call them feeders.
Access roads.
There you go.
But they're feeders.
Access roads.
They're feeders.
Anyways. Parked, and you'll see them, and it's like where the access roads are up here and the interstate's down here. They're parked up here, and they're like on the slopes in the bluebonnets getting pictures taken. We saw quite a lot of that on Easter Sunday.
But you gotta be careful because the rattlesnakes like to live in the bluebonnets.
Yeah, if it's a big, huge, giant field, but if it's close to like main roads, I don't
know if I want to take a chance, honestly.
That's why if we go and do it, he has to go through them first.
Yeah. Very carefully so you don't squish any of them down.
Yes. But that's all we have for Texas story time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Contacts?
No.
Got a sneeze?
I did.
Bananas.
Nope, it went away. Hate when that happens.
My sister or my mom, one of them, said that you should say bananas when you need to sneeze and it makes you sneeze. We have yet to make that actually work. I found staring at a light helps better. But now it's on to shop news. Woohoo!
My eyes are all watery now.
Mm-hmm. So, I've had 2 shop updates since last time, so I'm just going to show you what's already in the shop. Well, for one, there was these, which is I do believe in spooks. They sold out. I will be redying these next week. So, well, it's Saturday, January 26th. This will be out on Monday. So, by the time you see this, I will be working on getting more of this in the shop. On fingering sock and our new base. Any guesses? If you saw my Instagram story, you know. We have a new base. And it's going to be called DK100. It's DK weight, 100% merino, not 100% DK. Go ahead.
She's been talking about getting this new base for weeks now. And every time she would talk about it, she said, I want to get some 100% DK. And I asked her, as opposed to the yarn that's DK on one end and fingering on the other.
I was forgetting to put the 100% merino in there. Anyways, it is 100% merino, 115 grams, 250 yards per skein. Now, it will be a little bit more expensive than our DK sock because in order to buy the yarn, it's more expensive. Not much. You pay $24.50. The new base is going to be $26. So it's really not that much more expensive. But it's 100% merino. And since I've already shown you this, this was the other new colorway that went in. This is Lollipop Guild. The other. And there's still some of this in the shop. This is one of them. Oh, and here's the new tags. So.
It's not too different.
No, it's not. Where's yours? Can I see? It's not too different, but I think it's a little bit more grown up, I guess.
It's different enough.
Yeah. Different font. Change the colors. I like this better. It looks more sophisticated, even though we're not sophisticated. Also, I restocked Clouded on fingering sock, and I restocked Old Lace in fingering sock. And this is showing up more khaki. It is actually kind of pinky. It's a pinky cream, and it's not showing the right color. I think that was it for that shop update. And then this week, I put in a mini skein set. There's only 2 of these left. But it is the Cozy Up Girls mini skein set. These are 20 grams a piece, 93 yards. So you get one of Jamie, one of Sarah, one of Katie, and one of Chrissy. So, and when these sell out, I will put more in. And I am planning on dyeing up actual skeins instead of pre-orders of these colors too, to put in the shop. And if you want a sweater's worth of any one of these, let me know. I will set up a custom order for you to do it. I happily do custom orders. I do not have a problem with it. Also, I was playing in the dye pot and came up with a new colorway. Not sure what I think I want to call this mint chocolate chip. Go this way. Haha. This is on, I'm saving this because this was but it's a speckly one. But I want to knit him a pair of DK socks. Don't know when that's going to happen, but that's what this one's being saved for. This was just me playing, and this is the only one I have right now. I did write down how I did it, and I do plan on putting some in the shop on fingering sock, and if you want it on the new base or DK sock, let me know down below. The new base, I'm thinking mostly for the launch of it, it's going to be mostly tonals, because when we went with this base, we were thinking more for sweaters. I will do a few of the speckled if that's what y'all want, so let me know down below if you want speckles on it or any of our other colorways. But I was thinking I was going to do 5 new tonals for sure. But that's it for the yarn. By the time this comes out, this update will be in the shop. I'm not doing it until Monday. So I don't know when this is going to come out on Monday. So the shop update may have already happened before. But y'all, I asked you what sizes you wanted in the shop. And it was mostly large and small. These are already in the shop. So we have Furry Friends and Pinwheels. Not Pinmills. Pinwheels. These are already in the shop. But the new things going into the shop are, I have the swans are back for the very last time. I think I might have 2 more. I don't know. Anyways, swans in small. There will be 2 of these in the shop. Sloths. This is the last time for the sloths. I am completely out of the fabric for this. Small. There's your inside. I have one small, and I have 1 large. And that is it for the sloths. So if you want sloths, you gotta grab it, because these won't be returning. Because I'm completely out of fabric for this. And these sold out really quickly last time. Also, there will be 3 of these Disney Ook bags. And this is the very, very, very last of this fabric. The only reason why these are going in is because I cleaned out I reorganized my fabric and came across these that were already cut out. So there's your inside. And for some reason, I didn't sew them up and put them in the shop. And then you get Steamboat Willie, sort of. And this is a shorter handle because I ran out of this fabric. So I used leftover of this. But there will be 3 of these in the shop, and then that is it. This fabric will not be back in the shop. And then new fabric. We have llamas. This is the fabric my loving husband, while he was on his camping trip, stopped into a hunting trip. Stopped into a fabric store and got it for me. So, and I used every bit of it. So what is in the shop is what there will be, and that's it. So there's your inside. There will be 3 of these, and then 3 of these in the small, and then 2 in the large. So, and it has the same fabric, and it will have your tags on it. I just haven't put them in. So I'll have my tag is a zipper pull. But you have a D-ring, you have a handle, like all of my bags do, except for my Notions ones. So there'll be 2 of those, and then the very, 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 very last of this fabric ever, because I cannot get it again. Today's good mood is brought to you by coffee. And then the inside is coffee beans. And this will be the last time because I can't get either one of these fabrics. Now, if I happen across it again, I might pick it up. But right now, I cannot find it. I have looked several times. So, but that's what's going into the shop on Monday. And then there will be another yarn update. I'm just not sure if it'll be Friday or Monday. So it'll be next Monday in y'all's world. In our world, it'll be not this coming Monday, but anyways, y'all get it. I will post on Instagram when the next yarn update will be. I promise. I think that is it. There would have been more large bags, but I ran out of interfacing. But I have gotten some more in, so I have some plans. Because I also ordered, I ordered a lot of yarn to dye. The biggest one we've ever done. So we have the new base. I got some more fingering sock. I got mini skeins on fingering sock. I also have 50-gram balls of fingering sock that I'm going to pair with the mini skeins and make sock sets. That will have matching bags. Don't know when that's gonna go in the shop, but it is coming, I promise. And I will show you the fabric and the yarn and everything when it gets closer. But the next time there are bags going in the shop, it will be with those sock sets. Also, there should be a new colorway coming in this next yarn update that will match all 4 of these. So you can buy this set and get the other colorway, a full skein of it, and maybe do a Katie shawl or a Chrissy shawl and use these for your contrast. Just saying. Also, this one goes really well with Lollipop Gilt because it's the exact same blue. This one goes really well with Old Lace. But this Old Lace goes with a lot. So it'd look good with that, look good with that, look good with that. I would not say do this with Lollipop Gilt because it's not the same green. But I did post a bunch of pictures on my Instagram when I released these of colorways in our shop that would go with this. That that would look good. Not so much. Not so much.
No.
I think that would probably look okay. And that. If you want a pop, then either one of those. Also, these two go really well together. If you want a full skein or if you want a sweater's worth, again, I already have pre-orders up for all 4 of these colors. This one, I have troubles getting to show up right. It's a purple, and the camera wants to take it and make it a brighter, like a darker blue.
Yeah.
But it's a purple. See, now you can see it. That's the true color of it.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, I guess. I think that's it. But any of our colorways, if there's one that was in the shop that has sold out and it's no longer there, let me know. If you want to see it again, I can either do a custom order or it can be put on the list to dye and I will get it restocked in the shop. But if you really, really have to have it, right then, let me know. And I have the listing as 4 to 6 weeks, but right now I'm getting out custom orders within less than a week. Because I'm not super overwhelmed, but I put 4 to 6 weeks just in case I get a whole bunch coming in. I'm really good about trying to get all the custom orders done first before I do shop yarn. Or at least dye them at the same time I'm doing the shop yarn. So, there's that. And I'm going to quit saying so because I say it a lot. That's it for shop news. Now it's time for tail end.
Womp womp.
Oh, you have anything to say about tail end? I want to cast these on. One thing I have to say.
No, I don't really have anything. Fondle my knits.
Sidebar. Sidebar should be coming out in the next yarn update, and it will match all 4 of these colors. Will go well with it. I don't think we have anything else.
No, I think that's it.
Yep.
Another episode in the books.
Woohoo! We're 21 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go party.
If only.
Party in the yarn.
I say if only. When I was 21, I was already just done with.
You're an old man.
I am an old man. I'm the oldest 34-year-old you will ever meet in your life. So.
Yeah. I'm 35 right now. I'll be 36 in the next couple of months.
Yep.
And I can't decide. Should I do a birthday colorway or should I just do a mini skein set? Let me know down below what you'll want. Because I have an idea for a mini skein set. And it's going to be bright. All of my bright colors that we've already shown, like back in December, like pink, and hot green, those colorways will be coming out in the spring because they're more spring colors. Or into February. One of the two. Let me have one. Please. Oh, yeah, those. I thought you were getting the maple things. Those maple things are good. I think that's it. I keep talking about shop news. I'm going to quit doing that eventually. So, go to our Ravelry group. It's Cherry Pie Cottage. Go into our thread, say, hey y'all. And if you've bought our yarn, go show us what you're knitting with it. We want to see. We love that y'all are buying our yarn, which by the way, thank you. But go in and say, hey y'all, show us what you're working on. Go into the mitts cowl. Show us your colors and what pattern you want to use and all of that. What?
Should make a new section called "Show Us What You're Working With."
If y'all give us permission, we will do that section and put up y'all's pictures.
Yes. Tag us on Instagram. Hashtag Cherry Pie Cottage Yarn. So.
See if the hashtag show you what you're working with.
Yeah. So here on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe to the page. Hit the notification bell. Thank you for all those that already have. Mm-hmm. We are 38 away from doing our next giveaway. Mm-hmm. So 38 subscribers
38
more.
Away from 500.
Which I can't log into the YouTube page anymore for some reason. It dropped it off of my thing.
You might just have to relog in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
But
462.
38.
Woohoo! And our last episode was over 500 views. That means more people that aren't subscribed to us watched our video. Awesome.
Our last episode was only 308 views.
Oh, sorry.
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago.
19.
Yeah, but this one might still get more before we upload this one. Anyways, we're excited. Thank y'all. It means you love us.
You like us. You really like us.
Yeah. Might be more of like we really like you, not love us. We love y'all.
Yeah, we love all y'all.
Yes.
All
y'all.
All y'all.
Because there's more than 3. Y'all is 2, right. 2 or 3. All y'all is more than 3.
Yes. All right, well, let's end this before our camera shuts off.
Okay. So, God is good.
Read your Bible.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Okay, we are recording.
Okay. Remember to look at the camera, not the TV.
But at least with this, whether we're looking at the camera or slightly lower, at least it's not...
No, but my eyebrow goes up more when I look at the TV.
No, it's about the same.
Why?
You look intrigued. Now you look surprised.
Okay, now we've just been playing. This needs to go at the end credits. Ready?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.